Hello everyone and welcome back to Kirby 64. I'm DJ Cinnamon Bun and of course this is Kirby 64. In the last episode we took care of these two levels here. And I did go back and get that last crystal shard in that level. However, there is a bit of a problem, as you may see. I actually went through all of these levels and I recorded audio and everything, but the capture didn't actually go. And it failed. So I get to have the pleasure of going through these levels one more time to show them off. So let's head into this level and I can show you guys this. So before we go into this level, it is very good to have the Ninja Star ability. Just because you can get the Ninja Star ability in this level and we do need it for one of the crystal shards. But I tried getting it a couple times, and it's just it's more difficult to get in this level than it is in, say, one of the earlier levels where you can get bomb and cutter right off the bat. So I recommend having it just before getting into the level. Other than that, the main thing with this level is that they try to hide the enemies quite a bit in the sand, so the moles pop up, those big pincer guys pop up, these guys pop up, and they just try to show them all off. And here we actually have the favorite part of everyone's favorite part of the beach, the cannon. The cannon's pointed right towards you. Who doesn't love cannons when you're at the beach, especially when they're pointed towards you? So here's where you get the cutter ability. The bomb ability is actually just ahead. It is possible to get by throwing the ability at the enemy to get this green fish. This is how you get the bomb ability. But if you get close to it or you miss it, that's more or less it, and you have to go find cutter again and get bomb. I'll just be right back. My dogs are actually barking, so hang on. Sorry about that, I just had to take care of something upstairs. So now we just have to continue through the level. This level is really not that bad. There's a couple places where you do have to move a bit quicker. Just for the sole fact that if you don't move quick, you're gonna get hit by certain characters, like Gordos and such. So if we fall down that hole at the top of this castle or something, we're greeted with a maximum tomato and the place where the first crystal shard would have been. By blowing that up with our bomb and cutter ability, you get the crystal shard. Then we just take this rock back up and we're out. And if you want, you can get cake. Who doesn't want cake? I'm actually gonna get rid of this ability now because I don't think I actually really need it. However, I do know I need rock. I know I need rock and cutter, so I'm gonna actually go back and find cutter ability, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. I just had to run back to the last screen and go pick up the cutter ability. This ability is more or less a glorified rock ability. So it will turn you into it can turn you into a couple different shapes, and they're actually references to older Kirby games. Some of them can fly, but it's more or less just a glorified rock ability. Whoa! Thanks, Diddy. What do we get now? Well, that's not helpful at all. Either is he. Either is the cat. But I do like this bird. This is one thing I do like about the rock cutter ability, is this bird. I find that it moves quite quickly, and you get the added bonus of being almost invincible with rock. However, it's a little rolly. Screw it. I'll just skip all that, if I can. So, defeating any of these bosses with the rock power-up is really easy, because you become invincible to all their attacks. This is where the second crystal shard would have been, if I hadn't finished the level before and collected it. And up there is actually a crystal shard that I actually missed when I was doing this. Mainly because I didn't have the rock cutter ability. So now that I have that, I just have to turn into one of the birds. Or, actually I should be able to actually just float over there with Kirby, I think. Up and away, Kirby, up and away. Come on. Oh yeah, so I guess we do need to be one of the birds. So I'll just quickly transform into one of them. This should do. I don't think they actually have they have limited flight. Okay, maybe the other bird? I don't know how else I'm supposed to get up there. Interesting. I'm just gonna take a moment to figure this out. Okay, so I figured it out. Instead of being one of the birds of Kirby, you actually have to be the hamster. And I had no idea that the hamster could actually do this. It can essentially wall jump. So just with not bad timing, the hamster climbs up the wall. And I had no idea you could actually do this. I actually had to look this up. And let's go. And we finally get it. There we go. Bit of a hassle to get that, but oh well. Can the fish actually swim? No, the fish does nothing. I mean, you can call that fish magic art. So here's a section that if you're not too quick, it can be a little tough, but it should be really no problem. Just because if you're not quick enough to jump over, you're gonna get hit like I did there. I find the best way to deal with this is actually just to float over them. That way you don't have to worry about being quick, you don't have to worry about getting hit by the logs on the way down or anything. You just have to float over them, and it makes it way easier than it would be normally. And that was the third level. It wasn't too bad. Oh, wish I could have got that maximum tomato. That would really help me. Oh well. So here is one of my least favorite levels, because it is a pure water level. All of it takes place underwater. Luckily, having rock makes this section a hell of a lot easier, because you can just float right down and you don't have to worry about anything. So, this level I find is a little tricky at times, just because in sections such as like that, it's hard to tell where things are in the 3D space with accordance to you. This is one place where the 3D in this game really shows how it's meant to be more of a 2D game, and 3D which was almost thrown in. There's not much you can really do about it. You just have to be a bit more careful than you normally would. But luckily, if you have rock like I do, especially rock cutter, it makes this quite a bit easier, because you don't have to really worry about things, and you can get things like the bird, and you can just fly right along. So in this room is actually where the first crystal shard is. Or would have been, I guess. I believe it's this room. Hopefully I don't die. Yes, it's all the way at the top up here. Yeah, right in this crater up here would have been the first crystal shard of this level, but of course, once again, I already got them all. So I don't know if I'll make it through this room, but it might actually be a good thing if I die. Just for the fact that it would make things less stressful on myself. And that's always a good thing. Also, having the rock cutter ability makes getting around in these areas that have the current a hell of a lot easier. So over here would have been the next crystal shard piece. But like I said before, I already got them all, so not much I can do other than collect this star bit, or not the star bit, but that blue star here. Don't want to be the fishy. I do, however, sort of want this extra life. There we go. Because I don't think I'm gonna make it through this room alive. No. But that's no worry. This time, at least going through here, I'll have full life and don't have to worry about too much else. However, we do lose that rock ability, which sort of sucks. But worse things have happened. We'll just quickly make our way through here again, and luckily the current really pushes you away from all the enemies. And as long as you keep moving, you shouldn't really get hit, like I'm not. Just have to slow down a little bit around those Gordos, and that's it. Now here is actually one of my least favorite sub-bosses in the entire game, is this fish. Just because it's all underwater, you have very little control with how you move because there's always a current in here. You just have to really, you're always fighting against the current. Because if you go too fast, you'll hit the fish. And there's not a lot of room to dodge. And when you do get a chance to dodge, you gotta watch out for these guys' pebbles they're shooting out. There we go. So in this last hallway here is actually where the last crystal shard is. In order to get it, you're gonna want to stay along the bottom for the most part, and you'll fall into one of these holes, and the crystal shard will be right there. Yeah, it would have been right here, in between the Gordos. So that's a good marker of where they would be. The rest of the tunnel is not too bad. There's just a lot of dodging you have to do, but I find if you stay along the top or along the bottom, it makes it quite easy. So what should we get? I'm already pretty good health, so let's try to get this sandwich. Just to completely fill that up before the boss. However, I'll make this a little bit longer episode, and I'll take on the boss as well. So this boss can cause a bit of trouble, just for the sole fact that it's always underwater. You lack quite a bit of mobility because you are underwater, and you may lack mobility. He, however, does not. He is very mobile in the water and can get around really easily. So the biggest threat really is when he does his big belly flops or his flips, just because he takes up a lot of the room on the screen, and there's not a lot of dodging that you can actually do. Oh, sweet, it still hit him. yeah, it's these flips that can really cause a problem. Just because he does take up so much of the screen, and although they are predictable, like where he's going to land, it's hard to get out of the way because you don't have much mobility. Except for like water in this game, just I realized that they really tried to make it as mobile as they could, but you can only do so much. And there we go, we beat him. Or so we think. The floor starts collapsing, and Kirby has to swim to safety. Very slowly. Kirby, don't worry, there's no urgency. You just take your time. Take your time, it's fine. It's fine. Slowly. Come on, Kirby. More life. That's right, this boss has 2 stages. Horizontal section that we just finished up, and this vertical section. The vertical section, in my opinion, is a lot easier than the horizontal section. Just because you can hug I prefer hugging the right wall, and he almost can't hit you. And you're always given an enemy, so you can spit out at him. And it's not like you're moving up too quickly or anything, so you have a lot of time to plan out what you're going to do, and this section is really quite a bit easier than previous. I think what they were really trying here is if you didn't do so well on the first section of the boss, you'd have a lot of troubles here because you'd only have a couple hits left. And it's understandable to take 1 or 2 hits here, but I don't know. So I can see where it's difficult. However, the difficulty I think of this one is if you die on this section of the boss, you have to do the entire thing all over again. There's no beating him that first time was not a checkpoint. So if you do die, it's a bit of a long boss battle. However, like I said, it's not too bad. Just gotta keep on floating. Man, stop dodging my fishies! And angel jellyfish or something, whatever they are. Oh man, one more hit. Come on. Just want to hit you one more time, that's it. Red fishy, you're gonna do it. You will be my red snapper. And there we go. The 3rd boss taken out. So the maximum tomato replaces the crystal shard you would have got from the boss. And that's it. However, I don't think I can get the cutscene back unless I play through the entire game getting back to this point. I will see if I can't include that at a different time, but I'll see what I can do. If not, oh well. So in the next episode, we'll be taking on the next world, Neo Star. But until then, I've been DJ Cinnamon Bun, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!